and welcome to Season 4's first episode of Breakdown. I'm here with Coach Scully. And I want to go over a quick little rundown of Breakdown. Breakdown is going to be a weekly episode where we'll be going over matches in slips. We'll be breaking it down, as you obviously can tell by the title. We'll be breaking it down, giving you that little coach analyst type of feel, and let you guys know maybe something you can improve on, what you're doing well, and just kind of give you a general feel of what slips truly is. And I believe this week we have DBG and PSYONIX, the finals from last season. Is that correct, Scully?
That's what it appears to be. This is the grand finals of the previous season. Went all the way to a game 6. Dirty Bird Gaming eventually takes the W in this one, and we're just gonna go over these replays, kind of let them play a bit in the background as we look for the moments that really define the play styles and figure out what makes these teams successful, what these high-level Rocket League guys are doing to make it to where they are. And yeah, I'm excited to see it because this is some high-level gameplay.
Definitely is. We had some nice level GC level players in Div 2 last season. It was pretty aggressive play styles. I saw a lot last season, and it definitely did work out. We had a really nice 5-team pileup towards the end there that led into a really aggressive playoffs.
And you love to see high-level talent at the end of a season where a bunch of players and teams that really deserve it, are really aggressive, really put on a show, are there to make things happen. What we just saw was, I believe, the one and only goal that is scored here in I don't see any other goals scored here in this game 1, and this is the opening game of the series. You want to kind of go over that a little bit with me, Temple?
I'd be more than happy to.
All right,
And
so go ahead.
My first thoughts when just looking at just a pause screen here, you have Freshfy on the right there, kind of holding his own and not being too far back. He's not too far forward. He's not directly on the midline, but allowing himself to give that ability to rotate back should his team push fail here.
Yeah, and I love to see when people do push back when they are holding a good third man. Let's see a little bit how this develops, because this happens very early on in the game. You see it's being brought out, and he's on the rotate back, ready to take on the transition should it come. But pointing his nose, and you can see right there his nose pointing towards that play, towards the ball, not at the ball directly, but towards where it might be developing. In this way, he has the opportunity to break towards the play, towards the ball, or towards the net with no issues whatsoever. That's a solid third man. That's a great way to guard transition and to guard every possibility on the field.
And you can even see it if you rewinded it just a little bit more. Okita is, as you can see on the side there, he is backing out of the play. He's not maintaining he's not trying to stay on the ball too much, and he's allowing his team to rotate in and allow it to pressure the ball. It doesn't force a second man to sit there and wait, but allows it to keep the flow going. And it even allows Okita, should he need to fall behind Fresh to give another third man and keep the rotation going.
That's exactly right. That's a big deal when you're leaving the play to make sure your car language says, I am leaving, I am gone. And then even to give the calm and the actual vocal confrontation, or not confrontation, but confirmation that, hey, I'm not here anymore. It's your time to go. Ashley puts in, but gets beat. But Fresh is already there. He's ready. He's been reading it. He's been watching it the whole time. He's able to push it in. Tries to send that pass over to Ashley in the front, and that's something I really like. When people use the wing of the field as an outlet, right? The pass starts right here, and he tries to snipe it down over there. It could have just been a blind touch, but I don't know. He had a teammate sitting there. This is high-level Rocket League. I can very much see him trying to get Ashley to send it towards the net. Doesn't end up happening. It's okay. Following it up as he should and as he does is the right answer.
Exactly, and if you take a look at actually PSYONIX here on the other side, they're a little bit disjointed. They had nice recoveries during the defensive play here, and they're coming in, but Fresh does get the beat, and it does throw them out by overextending just that little bit. And should the hit here miss, which Fresh actually does get the 50, they're relying on one man with at least around 3 or 4 seconds of no one else there, which at this level of play can be way too long to rely on just one man.
Yeah, and I love to see when you can actually isolate the defense right here. And this is something I want to point out. The original mistake, right? You find a goal, you find a mistake, and you want to go back 5 to 15 seconds into the past, goal happening a little bit into the future, and here's the mistake right here. Right? Ashley's coming in to stop this. Cole is trying to send a pass over here. Of course, we already know Freshie's beautiful read, but what I want to point out here is that you have as PSYONIX, right, as the orange team right now, you have a team that is actively pushing you, and you're trying to make the counterattack happen, right? We're on the right mindset of keeping both players on the same side of the pitch, not crossing the field, not coming all the way over here where the pass would have been definitely cut off. So we've got the right mindset. We've got the right things going. But really, this needs to be a good bit closer. First of all, Cole trying to beat out Ashley right there. He eventually does do this, but was it very much necessary when he could have just brought it up the wall and around her? Then, even if he does get the pass over to Magically Shot, this shot gets defended. It's the defender's in a perfect position. There's no real reason to passing play here unless you're wanting to slow it down and maybe start a team dribble, a team pass, a team push. As you can see, as this develops more, Magic Shot actually backs away from the ball instead of cutting into it. And here's comes my last and final point on these horizontal team passes. He is actually, Magically Shot is actually slightly in front of Cole. And this is great in ranked when you don't have comms and you need your teammate to visibly see you so that they know they have a passing outlet. But this is the playoffs. This is the finals in a very competitive league in which you have a developed team that you are working with. You have comms. You can say I'm midfield and be a little bit back, right? Because what do we have? We have one positioned right here. Two is in front of one, and three is where he should be. In what universe does it make sense for two to be in front of one? I'll tell you where. Very niche situations. This is not a niche situation. This is straight pass it back. This is a straight passing play. This is a straight counterattack. This is basic Rocket League. Sit behind your first man. So that pass, you can take the direct angle to cut it off instead of this awkwardness. And here's the proof. The proof is in the pudding, right? One play beats two players. Anytime.
Throws your third man. It throws your third man out of the goal. Your third man is coming up, expecting you to continue the pressure going. And by throwing just that one miss, one beat, all it takes to throw everything out of cycle.
Yeah, anytime one play, one touch beats two players, there's somebody out of position. In this case, it was Magically Shot. That was not a smart push, being that far up the field. And then third man, of course, pushing out, like you said, really does throw it off.
And you guys can see, if I remember correctly, it is Okita that does get the shot off with just a nice, simple pass. Ooh. It was I actually remembered wrong. I apologize.
Yeah. This is actually really beautiful positioning by Ashley. Look how she's pushing all the way back, but notices her team has it. And she comes to what I like to call a reset point. So I break the field into these diamonds on offense. These are great zone coverage areas that sit behind the ball. Or in this case, the ball's over here. So behind the ball is a great zone coverage, which I call the diamond. 90% of the balls that leave the offensive side of the field are going to pass through either the left diamond or the right diamond, and normally it's only dribbles or air dribbles that pass through the center diamond. Any other situations is going to be up and along the wall, which are a different story altogether. But recognizing that those diamonds exist and the value that they bring as a reset point, right? Anytime things get confusing, anytime you need to reset your team's rotations, to come back here, travel through the diamond as she did, seems natural, but if you don't actively know it, a lot of players don't actively seek it out. She does this very naturally, very well coached rotation right here, coming right through that area, trying to snipe out the boost pads on her way. And she is in a perfect position to support her teammates, right? She's got the success covered. If he beats him and she has to go to the other side of the field, she can chase down the ball and corral it. She's got the failure covered, and she's got the kind of in the middle covered, which is what exactly happens. A 50-50 brings not a success, not a failure, but a ball straight onto her bumper. And look at this. I always like to say aim for tail lights, because tail lights cannot block balls as good as headlights. All players on the Phoenix squad, Magic going this way, this guy going that way, this guy going into the net. Nothing but tail lights in Ashley's field of view. Easy shot, and even places it upper corner just for the fun of it.
And that's a simple case of just not horrendous positioning by Phoenix until the end, but just phenomenal play and positioning by Dirty Bird.
It really is. Just a simple mistake threw Phoenix out, and Ashley and her team worked together to make it happen. One play, one touch cannot beat two players. It's as simple as that. It spells doom for the future.
Now, we know that was the last goal of this game.
Yeah.
Sadly, a little bit depressing. These are fun to break down every single. It's fun to break down the goals, the goods, the bads. But I mean, let's give a little refresher for anyone new to Slips. You know, while we sit here and maybe we might find something new. Over. So Slips is a weekly Rocket League league. We play once a week, and there are 3 different divisions. Let me rephrase that. We play once a week in a best of 5 series against each team once, and nearly a shot. I just want to double check what happened there. It was just a nice little save, a little off. Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Oh yeah. Ashley just sends it high, and QT comes in with a nice little push over to the corner.
Blocked there by QT as well. And so, as I said, best of 5 league. We play weekly. Every Saturday we do have a streamed match, and we will likely start having Sunday streamed matches as well.
Nice.
Should you wanna, for more of our unexperienced casters, maybe they want to give it a shot. Maybe spread their wings a little and show off a little bit more of what they got. Because maybe you never tried it, but you're really good at it. You never know. Now, with that being said, there are also divisions. These 2 teams here actually would fall under our Division 1, which is our highest level of play, being GC2 to SSL level. We also have Division 2 games and Division 3 games. Division 3 is up to Champ 1, and Division 2 is up to GC 1. Glory.
Nice. So you've got a little bit for every skill level in here to kind of play. Do the lower skill levels normally get streamed matches, or is it just Division 1?
Every week, every division gets 1 streamed match a week.
Nice.
There may be a little more depending on if there are any major complications with players and teams. Of course, we are understanding about that. No one has a perfect life. If something crazy happens to a team, we may bump up a team from another division, or we may just fill in the slot with another. But on average, it is a 1 game per division, fully casted, and going forward now, we are going to be breaking down those stream matches. You may have heard my cat in the background, which kind of sucks.
That's all fine, and I think this breakdown opportunity is going to be really good, especially for those teams who either don't have a coach or have a coach a little bit newer to the game and wants to get different perspective, different eyes on, and for players trying to also see what's going on, to take a look at this sky cam. Like, this is a much different view than director's cam. Having this video play in the background is probably a very different perspective than a lot of players teams and viewers are used to seeing. You can very much see how your mistakes affect other people, how your rotations affect other people. Look at that, 2 people going into the corner. Now, what does it do to the rest of the team? They all have to scramble to come out and cover that up, and how it makes things confusing. It's very exposing to look at things from this sky cam, and I very much enjoy it, and I hope other people find value out of continuing to see this week by week.
Indeed, I agree completely. It's a wonderful cam. You can either go from here or midfield. After seeing this camera angle a little bit more and more recently, I definitely prefer the goal side camera, just because it shows you the different halves of the field a little bit better. As you can see, midfield here, you kind of get a general feel for it, and this is actually really good to start learning, coaching and analyzing games, because you can see where the players are, but you're not fully aware of, what positions matter.
Right. Looking at it from behind everything, you get the sense of where everybody's supposed to be, first, second, third halves of the field, like I showed cutting the line down the field earlier. On the midfield looking in, you don't really get that tactical viewpoint as much as you do otherwise. Here we come down to 0 seconds. They're trying to enact that Rule 2. They're actually trying really hard to bring Rule 2 up, but QT ends up dropping it. Poor Trent.
If we can rewind just a couple of seconds there, you can kind of see what actually went wrong there and why they actually probably couldn't keep it up. The triple commit there, and then all 3 of them going again for a triple commit, and they're not giving each other the breathing room to maybe make a pass off the wall to try and give themselves just
right.
If they maybe just want to toss it up in the air, get it off the wall, and try and launch it downfield, then maybe a nice pass and nice aerial pass.
All right, it takes way too long for Magically Shot to break off and give them space, and he only does it to go grab the boost. By this time, it's too little too late. He can't receive the pass. He can't do anything with it, and they have their scramble for victory doesn't end up going anywhere. But another game that you wanted to look at, Temple, you told me was Game 3. So let's take a look. Let's pull that up and see what is going on. 1, 2.
That one. Yep. No. Go that one right
Yeah.
there. Yep.
Yeah, I think okay, yeah, these are just copies of the same thing. Yeah, this too.
So it was match 3. I just didn't fully recognize it in the files.
Yeah, it's all good. Let's pause that there. Come on to my fly cam. And we'll look at it again from the viewpoint of the Dirty Birds. This time we got a lot more action to talk about, as you can see right down there. If I can land on it properly, there's quite a few goals in here, and it does look like PSYONIX take the W in this one, even though they do lose the series. Now we can kind of see where it came from, what are some of the mistakes that Dirty Bird Gaming was making that they could probably capitalize better on correcting later on in the future.
I really like that little turnaround by Akita. He realized he was going to get beat, so he takes the quick turn that allows him to drive along the wall and continue to shadow there.
I love quick cuts. Quick cuts are so meta. That second man cut formula that happens in Rocket League is such a big meta if it's done properly and your teammates know what's going on. It's communicated well. It's so unexpected. It's such a quick turn of momentum, and it allows your guys to stop transitioning and come in to support the attack. There's so much value that comes out of a good second man cut, but a lot of value that also comes out of replacement, which Ashley is very good at replacement Rocket League as she gets her play. I talk to Plats and Diamonds very often, and sometimes even higher ranks, saying, hey, get your 1 and then you're done. 1 or 2 and then you're through. Make your play and be on your way. Hit the ball and that is all. I've got 1,000 of these. I can Dr. Seuss it up. But the main point is go in, do what you need to do, and then leave. Don't linger. Don't circle. Don't confuse the people that need to come help you out. Ashley doing a great job right here of leaving the play after she makes her play. See, she comes in to make the challenge. It doesn't work out. She doesn't get the positioning she wanted. The bounces didn't happen how she wanted to. No biggie. Fresh is back there. He is ready. All she has to do is leave, and she does just that. They get it around him, but hey, it is working together as a team. It is giving each other communication, the space, and that's all what allows her to come back and continue this play, continue defending it. They did not get confused. They did not get jumbled up. Great play by the Dirty Birds right now.
Akita is throwing himself off a little, getting himself a little confused there on the corner boost. Happens to everyone. I can completely understand. A little something you might want to, maybe something you might want to go talk to him about there, Ashley.
It's a pattern I'm seeing out of PSYONIX clustering up into the right onto their right corner. It's going to be something you need to watch. They're going to get punished for this eventually.
And then that right there, just that one simple touch, it could. I do not believe it does here, but just having that one cluster, they got a nice hit out. It would have gone along the wall, rolled up. Players, whether they jumped off the wall or was just in the way, blocked it, and that could be all the team needs to just jump in and just take a nice little shot and just slot it right in.
And here's the importance of timing, TheDarkTemple. Look, timing is so important. He comes into the diamond, he comes into the zone cover very well, but he times his push wrong, puts in boost, puts in commitment, and Trent just flicks it right over him. Had he waited a little bit later or gone a little bit earlier, he would have been able to do something about this, but because the timing was just off, he does get beaten. That seems to be also a pattern on the side of Dirty Bird Gaming. I am seeing at least very often. Oop, let me fix whatever the heck I just did. I clicked on somebody. It happens every now and then as even a semi-professional coach, or actually, I guess professional coach now. I'm doing it regularly. I'm getting paid regularly through the YMCA now, so that's pretty cool. Guess I am on there by definition.
You are officially a professional, my friend.
Yeah. I just wish it was, RLCS professional coach. That would be that would sound cooler. But
One step at a time.
Yeah. We'll take it easy there, killer. Yeah, one step at a time, absolutely. But yeah, I'm seeing pretty consistent pattern out of Dirty Bird Gaming where they are stuck right here in front. Note, in front of the diamond, in front of the perfect zone coverage, and every time they're stuck right here in that little gap, they consistently get the ball beat over them very quickly, very easily. It's happened at least 3 times, if not more. That's going to be something that we're going to want to watch out for more as we progress into the future. Could be one of the reasons that the opponents get good transitions on them.
They're waiting at the mid boost and took that a little while there.
Okay.
I don't know if that was more little confusing on.
Yeah, a little confusing on the Dirty Bird Gaming right now, right? You want
They've sort of switched positions here. Normally, I mean, if we were on the PSYONIX corner, we'd be seeing the exact same thing. Just change the colors around. It's the same concept.
So this is what I love to call the confusion box. Ask any team that I coach. I draw every single one of them this little box. And I call these the confusion boxes because every single time that you're on defense and you don't know what the heck is going on, the ball's over my head, I'm going every which direction, I'm making a lot of little semicircles and I'm getting in my teammates' way, we're bumping each other, we're going for stuff that we don't need to, we're double committing. It is 99.9% of the time happening in these boxes. And this is exactly what happened yet again. Ashley sticking with her pattern of ball side rotations instead of taking that back post, right? Remember on offense, we talked about reset points are these little diamonds over here. That was horribly drawn diamond. But yeah, that's where I normally like to consider the reset point on offense. Now, on defense, can you guess where a reset point would be on defense, TheDarkTemple?
I wonder if it's the massive open area in between the goal.
It is something we've all heard at every level of Rocket League, back post rotation. Yes, only one singular person needs to hit a reset point and the entire team normally follows suit. Had Ashley just broken out of her pursuit, headed to back post, grabbed all these nice and pretty boost pads along the way, however she wanted to do it, this confusion would not have happened in any way, shape, or form. The rotation would have flowed smoothly. The ball would have left. Freshie wouldn't have had to block his teammate's shot. Now they're triple committing here. It is just a big mess,
Handing
all
it off.
because, handing off possession. Yep.
Hand off to Trent and just a nice little pass. And I was actually going to point out that I didn't quite like his rotation all the way around to the corner, as with the cluster, he's taking himself entirely out of the play.
Yeah.
Yes, you are getting the opponent's boost, but at the same time, you're like I said, you're taking yourself out of the play entirely for multiple seconds, which can lead to something like that, which is a goal on Dirty Fred's side.
This was beautiful. I love horizontal passing plays. They add so much value, right? Because you pass it straight horizontally like that. Look at the circle on the field. Look at the circle underneath the ball. It goes straight left to right. Very little traveling upfield. What this allows on the field is, like I was talking about earlier, let's come over here to the open space to draw, is 1 should be ahead of 2. Well, guess what? If you pass that stuff diagonally upfield, 2 is not going to get that. 2 has to be right here to make that play. But the horizontal play, and this pass goes towards the orange side, sending it towards the opponent's, towards your defense, the opponent's defense. You don't want that. This pass and anything farther back takes it away from the defensive players. Right here, you can see Cole, his nose is pointed in a direction that is not going to help him. And that's exactly what happens. You have 1 ahead of 2 on the field. 1, 2, 3. That's how numbers count. This is the right way to position in Rocket League. The ball comes out horizontally. He has time to read it, read the defense, see the whole field, pick his shot, and perfect execution. It goes in. This is what I love to see out of a Rocket League team. That is exactly what I love to see out of passes, and that's how it needs to happen. We're kind of running low on time, so we're going to continue to breeze through this replay a little bit.
It is a little disappointing, like I said, you always love to give a little bit of a breakdown, just kind of go over what happened.
What though? Look at Freshie. It's 360 no scope right there. I've never seen it in Rocket League. That was beautiful. Oh my god.
A nice last touch there by Ashley. Actually, it just gives it that nice little boost of speed that it needs to just get it past the Phoenix defense.
We have a second man. We have a cut. We have a beautiful horizontal pass and a second man cut and a 360 no scope. Look at this. Everything is perfect. 1, 2, 3. And Ashley finishes it. That's peak. That's peak Rocket League right there.
Yeah. The beautiful thing I loved about that play is, like, you can see Ashley notice the shot while she was in her own goal. And especially at the lower ranks, it can be that simple. If you see a shot and it doesn't throw you out of position, no harm in taking it. Just understand that you need to know where your team is. If your team can recover or is already recovered and you are the next man up, take the shot if you see an opportunity. It's something that you need. You need shots on goal more than you need saves. If you're getting more shots than saves, 9 times out of 10, you're going to win.
That's most of the time, yeah. It's very hard sometimes to finish the opportunities you take or that you're given, but keeping the pressure, noticing your opportunities, putting stuff onto the net, like right there was nothing spectacular about that shot. He just put a shot on target. Squishy once said in his Road to GC videos, if you have accuracy and power and positioning, you can make it all the way to GC with no other mechanics, no other skills, and even farther sometimes. Accuracy and power is so underrated, and it's just working out for these guys over and over again. And of course, the amazing team plays are just sprinkles.
Indeed.
Ooh, Ashley way overcommitted that.
A double commit there by Okita and Fresh all the way up the side and just leads it right in.
And
Ashley's trying to back up her
way
team.
too forward.
Actually trying to help her team out and just not fully realizing, that that's 2 people up there. It's not just one, that there's no one behind her to make sure that things don't go awry.
The horizontal passes these teams give are absolutely beautiful. Look at this. It's consistent. The ball is always straight left and right or slightly backwards, and that is beautiful passing. Great job there to get it around them, though. The really losing out most of the shots on mechanical mistakes and a little bit of positioning mistake on that last one with Ashley. So, I mean, yeah, Dirty Bird Gaming is on the losing end of this one, but I don't think it's really at a fault of their offense as much as at a fault of their some defensive mechanics and then a little bit of over positioning. All things that can very much be fixed. And then, of course, the first one happened because we had a confusion box error.
Of course. Now we do got a nice little bit of pressure here. Honestly, I'd like for Okita to kind of back up and give his team some breathing room. Maybe reset the boost and just get yourself back into the cycle. He kind of stayed in there for a little bit longer and actually went straight towards Fresh there. I don't know if you fully noticed that.
No, I get what you're talking about. I love the possession game that they're taking. They're just kind of trying to keep possession, trying to get their team time to support them, but it's just the onslaught right now from PSYONIX is desperate. Oh my goodness, right there, that double commit needs to be taken advantage of. Fresh if he or Fred, I'm just gonna say Fresh. I'm not gonna try to Freshify.
Fresh
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try to do that again. That was butchering, but similar to how he just butchered this opportunity, flipped there, and then just couldn't get there in time off the flip. That's so unfortunate. Oh, and then you got another beautiful pass, but I don't think there's a lot of boost with Koda, or however you pronounce his name.
One would be Okita.
Okita, thank you. Yeah, I am dyslexic AF. I can read the field, I cannot read the name.
It's completely fine.
22 seconds, and it's do or die right now for Dirty Bird Gaming. They've made 3 mistakes, let 3 balls in off of those mistakes. They're dominating this field. And that's the thing. The better team doesn't have to be the one that wins. Great opportunity taken right there by Ashley. And I think it was Okita on the assist. Yes, that open net. Beautiful. Forcing the double commit. I drew it out for you earlier, right? You got the person coming in, and they head to the stop, they head to the save, they head to the ball, and then you have the person in the net that does the same thing, and that is a double commit in the confusion box. PSYONIX falls prey to a confusion box error themselves. Look at that. Double commit right there in the box. Ashley, all day, every day. It's tied up now.
And when you have a confusion box where it's all 3 on one side, it can definitely throw off just everything in general. It doesn't have to be just 1 shot, 2 shot, and it's in. It could be just an entire play just completely falls apart on your side.
Yeah, it's a great job by Dirty Bird Gaming to come back into this, but we do know the end of the story. They do eventually take the L in this one. It just goes to show that the better team doesn't always win the game. Dirty Bird Gaming is controlling this field. They're controlling their offense. Their offense is so much more dominating. There's a lot more pressure. There's a lot more shot opportunities. Just a lot more happening for them than their opponents. And they end up losing the game. Even with all the control that they had, even with all the great cuts and great passes, Freshify right here, you can see he wanted to catch the pass coming out from Okita and bit way too hard.
Did, however, it wasn't all. Can't say it was all Dirty Bird. The PSYONIX got a beautiful demo on Ashley, who was one of the few people actually starting to rotate back, and that'll do it. It's 1 player out of the game, 2v3.
Oh yeah, and you can see right here the stats. So many shots on that 1 stint of defense. That 1 longer stint of defense that Dirty Bird had to play on this game caused them a lot of grief, and the shot count just spelled it out for them. But on the other I would say that Dirty Bird really did a good job of controlling the field, doing what they wanted to do in this game. It's just, you make too many mistakes and you're going to let things in. And those were some of those mistakes, especially the confusion box errors. Those are huge defense killers.
I'd say when it comes to Dirty Bird, they have a phenomenal offense. They just need to cut down on, the confusion box, like you said, and just general double commits while on defense. And PSYONIX is actually, in my opinion, quite the opposite. while they do have their own confusion box issues, they have a much more solid defense when they are in their rotation cycle, and that's something I've noticed them getting into a lot more consistently. Phoenix also, however, doesn't have that same offensive pressure. They were just able to capitalize on Dirty Bird's mistakes in this game.
Absolutely, and this the level of play that you should come to expect from Slips. The mistakes are hard to break down, they're hard to find, and it does take expert coaching and expert recognition to actually see them, break them down, and try to make sense of it all. But also the mistakes are very human. What you're doing at gold and plat is the same things that they're missing all the way up. You know, you call it back post rotation, I call it reset points, because a higher level player understands reset my team, reset my position more than a simple command like back post rotate, right? They get it a little bit better. So the mistakes are still very much still there from the beginning all the way up. It's just at a just like the successes are at a much higher, stakes a much higher level and much more sensitive. You cannot be giving away these goals and possessions like Dirty Bird did in this game. But congratulations to them, TheDarkTemple, as they did take the W last season and are coming in this season as the champs.
Indeed, they are. They have made a team name change. They are now Team Blackout and have joined the C2 organization here in Slips. They will be the players on Blackout will be coaching their lower ranked teams, both Red Out and Green Out, here in season 4.
Nice.
And we are looking for a lot of them. They have made a couple of roster changes that have improved on some of those confusion box errors, and they're just a couple of those minor errors that they're making should be improved a little bit more going into season 4.
And it's going to be exciting to see. Looking forward to seeing a lot more from this squad. Maybe even a couple appearances on the breakdown.
I would be more than happy to have multiple members of Slips here on Breakdown with us. Now, I think it's about time we wrap things up here. We've gone over, a couple of the more important games here in this series, and I say we get started with Season 4. I mean, we've had a long enough wait.
Absolutely. It's a kind of a casual approach to the first episode, going a little bit long, get kind of familiar with the teams, each other, and my coaching style and analyzing style. We're going to be coming back more throughout the season with better value and live play, not live plays, but plays from action that happened within the week. And it's going to be a lot to see. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be coming more and more.
Alrighty, well, to all you in Slips, I would like to say thank you all for watching Breakdown, the start of Breakdown here in Season 4. And we'll be seeing you guys once a week. Same thing with Unscripted and our Saturday streams. Have a good night.